What if I told you that the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 8 might quietly steal the very best camera features from the upcoming Galaxy S26 Ultra and pack them into a foldable? Yes, the Z Fold 8 could finally be the Samsung foldable that doesn't just fold like a flagship, but actually shoots like 1-2 dot. And just as Samsung prepares this big leap, Motorola is reportedly lining up its own book-style foldable to go head-to-head with the Z Fold series. The foldable phone war in 2026 is about to get serious. In this video, we're breaking down everything we know so far about the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 8, its rumored camera upgrades, how it might borrow tech from the Galaxy S26 Ultra, and how Motorola and other brands are trying to crash Samsung's party in the premium foldable market. Stick around to the end, because we'll also talk about the future of the Galaxy Z Trifold and what all this means if you're planning to buy a foldable in the next year or two. Let's get into it. Let's start with the headline feature everyone cares about: Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 8 camera system. According to early reports and leaks, especially from sources like Galaxy Club, Samsung isn't treating the Z Fold 8 as a side project anymore. They're finally starting to blur the line between the camera on a regular flagship, like the Galaxy S series, and the camera on a foldable like the Z Fold. First, the main camera on the Galaxy Z Fold 8. The Z Fold 8 is expected to keep the same 200 megapixel primary sensor that we saw in the Z Fold 7. On paper, that might sound like no change, but remember, Samsung tends to tweak image processing, software, and AI algorithms every generation. So even with the same 200MP hardware, the Z Fold 8 could deliver better detail, better dynamic range, and cleaner low-light photos compared to the previous model. Think sharper night shots, more natural skin tones, and less noise when you zoom in on those huge 200 megapixel images. On the cover, Samsung is also expected to stick with the 10 megapixel selfie camera. It's familiar, it's proven, and it gets the job done for quick selfies, video calls, and social media. And for those wondering about an under-display camera on the main folding screen, based on current rumors, that experimental under-display selfie camera is not making a comeback on the Z Fold 8. Samsung seems to be prioritizing image quality and display clarity over hidden camera tricks this time around, which many users will probably appreciate. But here's where things really start to get interesting: the telephoto and ultra-wide cameras. The telephoto camera on the Galaxy Z Fold 8 is rumored to be getting a noticeable resolution bump from 10 megapixels up to 12 megapixels. It's still expected to offer 3x optical zoom, which is a sweet spot for portrait shots, zoomed-in photos of people, and tighter framing without moving closer. But with that extra resolution, images should look crisper, more detailed, and cleaner when you crop or zoom digitally beyond 3x. What makes this telephoto upgrade especially exciting is that it's rumored to be the same or very similar telephoto sensor that might appear in the Galaxy S26 Ultra. If that turns out to be true, it means Samsung isn't treating the Z Fold line as a second-tier device anymore when it comes to camera hardware. You'd be getting almost as series-level zoom performance in a foldable phone. Now let's talk about the biggest camera upgrade of all, the ultra-wide. The ultra-wide camera on the Z Fold 7 was 12 megapixels. On the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 8, leaks suggest that ultra-wide could jump all the way up to 50 megapixels. From 12MP to 50MP is more than a 4 times jump in resolution. That's huge. In real-world terms, here's what that could mean: far sharper landscape photos and city shots when you switch to ultra-wide, more detail in architecture, group photos, and travel shots, less mushy detail around the edges of the frame, better flexibility when cropping ultra-wide photos without them falling apart. If Samsung pairs that 50MP ultra-wide with improved image processing and noise reduction, the Z Fold 8 could finally offer an ultra-wide Camera that doesn't feel like a big downgrade compared to the main sensor dot. So, to recap the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 8 camera setup based on current leaks, 200 MP. Main camera 50MP ultra-wide, up from 12MP 12MP. 3x telephoto, up from 10MP 10MP selfie on the cover display, no under-display inner camera, this time on paper. That's a serious camera package for a foldable phone, but keep in mind, all of this is still based on early rumors. The Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 8 likely won't be officially unveiled until around July 2026, so Samsung has plenty of time to change details, tweak specs, or surprise everyone with something different. Now, camera upgrades are only one part of the story. The rest of the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 8 experience is also shaping up to be very interesting. The Z Fold 7 was a big moment for Samsung's foldable line. It became their thinnest and lightest book-style foldable so far, and it was widely praised by users and reviewers for finally feeling more like a normal phone when folded. With the Galaxy Z Fold 8, Samsung seems to be doubling down on that formula. Early reports suggest the Z Fold 8 could be even lighter than the Z Fold 7, making it more comfortable to use one-handed and easier to carry every day. Samsung might include a slightly bigger battery, helping offset the demands of a powerful chipset, a big folding display, and all those camera upgrades. We could see minor design refinements to the hinge, bezels, and frame to make the phone feel more polished and premium. There are also rumors of some very interesting variants and features that could come with the Z Fold 8. One of the most requested features: proper S Pen support. If Samsung brings back or improves S Pen compatibility on the Galaxy Z Fold 8, it would turn the device into a true productivity and creativity powerhouse, a tablet and a notebook that fits in your pocket for professionals, students, digital artists, and note takers. This could make the Z Fold 8 an extremely compelling choice over a traditional slab phone. Another rumor floating around is a wide variant of the Galaxy Z Fold 8. Instead of the tall and narrow outer display we're used to, a Z Fold 8 wide could feature a broader aspect ratio. That would make the cover screen feel more like a normal smartphone, watching videos and movies more comfortable, with less LETTERBOXING. Split screen multitasking even better on the inner display. If Samsung actually launches a Galaxy Z Fold 8 wide alongside the regular model, it will give users more choice in terms of form factor, something we haven't really seen from Samsung's book-style foldables yet. Pricing is another big question. Current rumors suggest Samsung might try to keep the Galaxy Z Fold 8 around the $2,000 mark. That's still premium, but it lines up with what they've been doing, slowly improving the value without suddenly raising the price. For the kind of tech you're getting, folding AMOLED display, flagship-level chipset, big battery, S Pen support, and now much better cameras, Samsung seems to be targeting that familiar high-end price point for its core audience. But while Samsung is refining and upgrading the Z Fold 8, they're not alone anymore. The foldable phone market is no longer just a one-brand show. Let's talk competition. Starting with Motorola. Motorola has done relatively well on the flip phone side of the foldable market with its Razr series, going up against Samsung's Galaxy Z Flip line. However, Motorola has never directly taken on Samsung's Z Fold series with a premium book-style foldable that might finally be changing. Leaked internal slides from Lenovo, the company that owns Motorola, suggest they're working on a new device reportedly called the Rosa Fold or Rasa Fold, according to some sources. Either way, this would be Motorola's first proper book-style foldable designed to compete directly with Samsung's Galaxy Z Fold lineup. According to those leaks, the Motorola Rosa Fold could offer brilliant foldable displays, a focus on smart AI features, and advanced camera system. If Motorola really wants to stand out against the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 8, they'll need to bring more than just a nice screen.